Above one circle, write purpose. Above another, write passion. And above the third, write profession. So you have passion, profession, and purpose. Okay. Once you've done that, the first step is to go through, if you can, really quickly, whatever comes to mind, and I don't want you to think too hard on this, but go through each circle on the outer skirt, okay? Write down a word or phrase that first comes to mind for you regarding passion, regarding purpose, and regarding profession. So you should be thinking through anything that you're passionate about, things that are near to your heart. My battery may have gone out. Same thing with with purpose and profession. You do the same exercise. Now, you'll notice in the center there are some overlaps, right? Some intersections. So where you see passion and purpose intersect, write any item. It could be one from one of the other areas that you've already written, but a thing, a word or a phrase that intersects with passion and purpose. Then you'll do the same for profession and passion. And then you'll do the same for purpose and profession. This is a form of root cause analysis, right? But we're doing it for you and your business, not for a project, unless you want to consider that to be your personal project. Now, the key is the P spot again, right? Or the sweet spot, which is that center section where all three of the circles overlap. Within that box, again, this is the last step. Write in any of those words or phrases that you've already identified, or any that may have now come to mind after you've done that thoughtful process, that intersect all three. So if it's profession, what is it? That's a skill that's also falling into your purpose, and then you're also passionate about that thing. Whatever you have in that intersection of all three circles is a very good description of what it is that will tickle your fancy. Whatever it is that you would like to find interest in, learn more about, start your business in. So did anyone discover something that you didn't know before, that you didn't pinpoint before? You knew yourself, right? But did you exactly pinpoint that thing, or are you already in business doing something in alignment with that? Anyone? No one? One, okay. What, do you mind sharing?
The exercise is good because it helped me focus. I had a couple things.
Okay.
And yeah, so the thing that came out was service learning.
Service learning? Okay, good. That's good. So do you already have a business?
I do. It's kind of something else, but service learning there's some opportunities there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So if you did not discover, I love the way that you identified something that may not or is not implemented in your current business, but it's something that you probably needed, which could take your business to the next level. So that exercise can help you, again, one, identify what your passion is, what your thing is that you can do within your business that will not just be for financial gain, right? So you want to ensure that whatever it is that you build your business in, that it is something that is in demand, for one, right? So although you know that you have your passion about it, and you have your skills that you pull from your profession, because sometimes we try to separate that and not tie them together and realize that everything you learned in your job, you can take into your business and make money for yourself, right? So take advantage of those opportunities that these corporations grant to you to, get project management skills, to do time management, whatever it is, because it's transitional into your business. That was the activity, so we're past that one. So, we're wrapping up with our 5th point, and that is focus. This is yet another piece of my virtual Bonafide Business Bootcamp that is available online. And this acronym is finding opportunities to create unique solutions. In essence, that means taking action in alignment with where it is that you want to go with your business. So in order to take action, we have to ensure that we have the follow-through. So we can take the one step, but if we leave it lingering, we don't ultimately achieve the goals or get the tasks done that we need to get done. And then I mentioned briefly earlier, lead generating activities. These are things that tie back to requiring your presence. So if you've already delegated, ensure that what you're delegating is not that thing that you need to be present for. If you are a speaker, you can't hire someone to come speak for you, right? But you can hire people to do other things that support you so that you can focus more on building your presentation or practicing your speech or whatever that thing is. And then act consistently. It's one thing, again, to make the step, but how do we continually make those steps that get us to where we need to be in the end? That may mean over time, and again, I think the panelists may have mentioned this, but this may be doing the same thing every day, creating rituals that get you to the end game, if it is in alignment with exactly where it is that you want to go. So in summary, we've talked about a few things, right? We talked about mastering your time, building a team, being intentional, discovering your sweet spot, and focusing. So what is focus again? I heard it mixed in there somewhere. Y'all came together with it. So some people were listening. I had to make sure. And then you want to make it, these are bonuses here. Make every minute count. We all have 24 hours in a day. Whether you're Beyonce, whether you're Justin Timberlake, and I don't know why they came to mind first, but they also have 24 hours in a day. Typically, we like to think of that as 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of leisure, and then 8 hours to work. Now, you can shuffle those hours around however you like, but some of us are not sleeping enough, and some of us are working too much. Ask for help. I think on one of the earlier slides, I talked about having the courage to know that you need to have help, right? And being able to ask for it and knowing where those resources are. And then making it happen. That's just that continual, consistent action. Refilling your tank. We talked about you being number one, taking care of yourself to ensure that you're giving from the best of you rather than the stress of you. And then identify urgent versus important tasks. We talked about that as well, right? So with that, if you are interested in working with me or learning more about me, I do have books. I have, as I mentioned earlier, virtual online programs that help you with building your business, especially if you are a parallelpreneur. So we focus a lot on managing your time, being intentional, also with building your business. So what I like to remind people of as well is that if your life is jacked up, your business will likely be what? I have some people awake, so I appreciate you for responding. So that's what this is about here, the Bonafide Business Bootcamp. I have 7 modules, a bonus, and then you also get 2 one-on-one sessions with me and a private Facebook group, in addition to a few other things. I don't want to give you everything here because of the sake of time. And then I listed 2 of my books here, 2 of my 4 books here, only because these 2 are more in alignment with what we talked about today. You can get these on Amazon, on my website, Books A Million, so many different places. So if you can, if you're interested, you can find them on any of those sites. And if you'd like to connect with me on social, these are my handles for Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm also on LinkedIn. So I'll give you a second to capture that. And before you go, I see phones up, so I don't even have to ask this question, so I know everyone has a phone. If you would be interested in receiving a treat from me, you can text Bonafide Business to 31996. Bonafide Business to 31996. And if you do that today, I will get that freebie over to you. And lastly, I have 5 minutes, so I do want to open it up for questions, but before I do, today is my birthday. And I want to give you all a gift. And it is the bottom section here you see, offering 40 minutes briefings for your business for only $40. That's $1 a minute. That is not like me to do, but I want to give on my birthday. So if you're interested, there's the link there. It's bit.ly birthday business briefing. If you'd like to go to that link, you can secure your spot directly there, and we will definitely connect and make that happen for you. You don't have to make it happen this month, but you need to reserve this month, but we don't have to make your session this month. Any questions on that? Okay. So that was my last slide. Does anyone have any questions?
I have a quick question. So you mentioned a lot about planning and documenting your day, like really planning those kind of things. So is there a specific avenue that you use to do that? Like, do you just do a to-do list? Do you have a format that you use that works for you? What is that?
I actually have a format that's actually in the Bonafide Business Bootcamp, but I use it myself as well. Typically, I like to see everything written down, but I also have an electronic version of the same because you can easily set up alerts and get reminders of things that come up because I can tend to get so busy and forget about that, right? But I definitely use the urgent versus important approach as well. So I get very clear about what it is that I need to do for the week. And I start by making a list. I just do a data dump, just as we do with computers, right? I pour everything out on my paper. And then from there, I identify what's urgent versus important. And then along the side of that, when is this thing due? So that I can really get a grip on what's expected of me for this week. So I'm waking up saying to myself, this is what I have for the day, rather than what does the day have for me.
Awesome, thank you.
No problem. Anyone else? Yes.
So how did you figure out what skills you needed for your side business?
So I'm glad you asked that question. I actually did not have to figure it out. What I had to figure out was that I was already working in my passion, which was my business, and not knowing that it was a business. So I would encourage you to look at the things that you're doing day to day that you think are just easy, that you just do this, it's nothing, and people are saying you're doing such a great job, can you do this thing for me? And you realize, wow, people really appreciate this thing that I just think is nothing. And that's probably something that you need to leverage as a business because it's a need if they're reaching out to you, right? But in that, beyond that, once you identify what that business is, then you have to do the necessary research so you'll know exactly what skills are necessary for you to start the business for one, and to also scale it, because you don't want to start it and be stuck because you haven't continued your education or gotten any certifications or whatever is required for that industry. Hope that helped. No problem. Yes.
How many books do you have out?
4. Mm-hmm. One is an ebook, and the other 3 are paperback or ebooks. Anyone else? Awesome. Well, I hope you enjoyed this session. I hope you took away some great notes. And feel free to connect with me, as I mentioned, if you'd like to remain in contact. And don't forget to claim your freebie if you haven't already. Text 31996. Bonafide